So Mike's rolling into town. Kind of a last minute thing, but he kind of prepped me for it last week. Man, I don't even remember the last time I saw Mike. It's been over a year, I'm sure. It might even be close to 2. So, I don't know. We might get up to going for a hike if this wind settles down. If it doesn't, I don't know. I really try and opt out of public vlogging for the most part because it just looks and feels really awkward for me. So I just generally don't do it. And it's noisy, especially being right beside a highway. Anyway, didn't really do much today. It was not really productive. And then I reflected on the past couple days and realized, yep, it's been a week. I feel like in Saskatoon I was so busy and with the stuff I was doing that I didn't really get much of a chance, or didn't really feel like it was appropriate to do a lot of vlogging. And now I'm having the opposite week where it's like, yeah, I was so busy, I was doing so much stuff, I didn't vlog. And this week I'm not doing anything, so I didn't vlog. I don't know. This is a new era. School starts this week. So I have no idea what that holds in store for me as far as subbing goes. Am I gonna get more calls? Am I gonna get less calls? Am I gonna get the same amount as last year? Which was pretty great, honestly, last year. But it's also because I had some people that I was a regular for that called me specifically. So that was nice. Anyway, new era. Because I don't know how subbing's gonna go. And also, now it's like, I don't know, I wasn't like, the move happened with Randy early because of COVID. I was not working, and childcare stuff that was convenient, that made sense. Because I was not working, because there were no schools in, and because there were no schools in, there was a kid not in school. So, now, this new era is the first time where it's like, oh, we're living together, and I will be working. How much I'll be working is, again, really undetermined. So, I don't know, a lot of stuff. Obviously, everyone's going through a new era. I mean, it's a new time, it's a new whatever. I don't know, just thinking about the vlog, and sometimes when I got a lot of work, I also didn't have much to vlog about. This is so disjointed. I don't really remember where I was at. But basically, I was talking about, before I got camera shy twice, because people were like on the sidewalk, that I don't really know where the vlog is going to go. I've said this so many times over the past like year and a half, but I don't know. Like, you know, the busier I get with certain things, the more there is to vlog about. But if it's busy with just like subbing and work and that's it, then unless I'm talking about that, again, but it's just talking. I don't know. It's like I need money in order to do things sometimes, like travel, and obviously need to work to get them. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. In some ways, it's really good that there's not a lot that, I don't know how to explain it. It seems that life is really complicated in ways that I can't just like vlog about, because a lot of it is the same stuff, or it's getting figured out so slowly. It's just me being a talking head, which is already a lot of what this is. You know, I try to insert some bike, you know, segments, but you know, some of those bike segments I just take from like a full video, a bike video, right? I don't know. Like, it's, today is just a day I'm feeling really, what's the word? I can't even think of words. Feeling really, feeling stagnant. Feeling really stagnant. I think it's because I barely got outside today. And that's one of those things. It's like, if I don't get outside of the house, I almost feel sick. Like, even if I can do some productive things in the house, I like feel like unwell and off and weird if I don't get out of the house for long enough. And that was definitely a thing today. And I don't know. Everything's a circle and everything's the same and everything's magical. I find it incredible that only 10 minutes away, one city to the next town can have vastly different protocols with how they're dealing with COVID-19. I can't think of the last time I've seen somebody working in Lethbridge without a mask on. Like staff at like every place that I've needed to go to. Like I just can't think of the last time where they didn't have masks. Yet in Coaldale, I've never seen a staff member of any place wear a mask, whether it's the post office or the grocery store. I mean, those are really the only two, I guess a gas station. Like, those are only three places I can think of in Coaldale that I've needed to go to. Yeah, I don't know. It's really odd. Like, you would think in different provinces, that might be a difference. But having municipalities kind of pass their own stuff, or not pass their own stuff, regulating, you know, the spread, etc. It's just 10 minutes away. Like, it just seems like it's just weird. So, this morning, dropping off these bad boys all over Lethbridge and Palliser school districts. I wanted to do it before students were in school, like a couple days when teachers were back. But students were not. However, it completely slipped my mind to order my business cards when I was in Saskatoon, because that's when I should have done it. So I didn't get them till yesterday, and yeah, now I've got to deal with all these extra protocols of having to call the office and make appointments to drop these off. So it's going a little slower than I had hoped, but I did not get a sub call today, so that is my job today. That is my work for today, is driving everywhere around friggin' Lethbridge County and dropping off all my sub cards to let people know I am on the sub list again. And there we go. That's my day today. That's good. I'll talk about this incident in a minute if you don't recall, but that says, warning, stormtroopers on patrol, blasters may be plastic. We are open, family friendly, Sith or Jedi. That's really funny. And also, it's a shot at the Lethbridge Police Service. Rightfully so, because it's referencing an incident that happened some months ago where there was a individual dressed up as a stormtrooper on May the 4th, which is, you know, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Pun on Force. Anyway, so, yeah. And they, like, had this what I recall to be a young woman in tears as they arrested her and got her hands behind her back and everything else, because they claim she might have had a real Star Wars blaster, because those exist. So anyway, I thought that was really cheeky and fun. Well, I'm just leaving Picture Butte right now. Finally have dropped off all my sub cards in Lethbridge and surrounding area. Took a little longer than I was hoping, because every school I've got to go call the office, because you're supposed to make an appointment before you can go in, so it's not just like open to the public and visitors like before. So that took a little longer, but it got done. I'm feeling pretty good right now, just about like stuff. I'm really nervous to start subbing again. It's been a while. Things in schools change, staff change, even the school days, the times and stuff change, all that stuff, and also just not subbing over the course of months, getting back into routine again and stuff. I don't know, it just makes me nervous. I get a little anxious. After a couple weeks, I'm usually pretty okay. Also, kind of, I don't know, it's just weird. I think I'm always a little on edge no matter what, because you never know what to expect when you're subbing. I don't know if I'm going to work that day or not. If I am going to be there, I don't know what the day is going to be like sometimes until I get there. Sometimes I get like sub plans emailed to me, sometimes I don't. And you just never know how, you know, students are going to be on a particular day. And when you're subbing and you're not the regular teacher, it just becomes a whole other thing. All that is stuff I would have been worried about in what I'm going to call regular/normal times. Now there's all this added stuff of like, man, the protocols in every school are going to be a little bit different. The structure of the school day is different. So some schools have like blocks. There's no lunch anymore. It's just like half the students come in the morning, the other students, half of them come in the afternoon. I don't know if that affects my rate of pay or not and how much I'm getting per day. I don't know if it's more likely now that I'm only going to be scheduled for half days rather than full days, because that would suck. Like, there's just a lot of changes. It might take a couple months to figure all this stuff out, depending on how much I get booked. And that's the other thing. I mean, from year to year or whatever, like, it seems like last year I did really good with subbing. Like, I was getting booked a decent amount. A lot of it, though, had to do with specific teachers requesting me as their regular sub. And it wasn't always left up to chance of just getting calls. Because before that, I did not have a good time subbing at all. It was incredibly poor. But I mean, I found out today that one of the teachers that I was a regular for is on mat leave. So, is there, the temporary contract teacher, do they already have someone they like for subbing? Are they going to try me out? I have no idea. Anyway, just a lot going on. Man, it's really chaotic at schools right now. It is more chaotic now, when there's supposed to be more structure, than it was before. There's just pockets of students everywhere, inside, outside, just clusters of them hanging out doing nothing. And like beforehand, I mean, if you had a spare or whatever, you had, like, it just wasn't this many students all in groups like it was, like it is now. It wasn't like that before at all, so that's really odd, somewhat concerning. I'm finding that there's not really any staff outside kind of monitoring the situation either. It's just like free-for-all, basically. So that's interesting. Interesting is the key word. Yeah, I don't know what else I got right now. I was going to talk about just the fact that I feel like really focused right now, and I feel really good, despite being nervous about getting back into schools and subbing and whatever else. I'm a little bit excited, but I'm obviously more excited for the days that I don't work. But not just because it's like a free day. Because, I will be showered and ready and focused and just like, I'll be ready to sub in case I get a call. If I don't get a call, then I am ready to leave. I am ready to get out of the house. And what that could mean, I mean, sure, it could mean more biking from time to time. It could mean more studio time, which would be great. But also, it just gives me more time to look for opportunities to, make money. Like, it's obviously not all about making money, but I mean, if I'm not working that day, that's a loss that I potentially would have had for that day's work. So it gives me opportunity to figure out how I can access more artistic opportunities, to do more applications to galleries and show my work and advertise different places. It just gives me more opportunity to really put in that work, which is not necessarily fun or whatever, but it's just putting in that work of like getting online, finding opportunities, filling out applications, figuring it out. I've got time to do that, and I'm going to use that time to do that. So I don't know, I just feel focused, I feel good, and it's nice to feel good. Well, I was going to mention this while I was out on the trail, but I didn't get to do that today like I thought I would. One of the things that I have been thinking about lately is, or what I've noticed lately, and things I want to focus on and change, are my riding videos. So this might not concern a lot of you that watch the vlog. I'm finding there's not a lot of crossover from people who watch like the riding videos that watch the vlog. I feel like my numbers for the vlog are pretty much the same as they've always been, or settled at, for the last year. Anyway, I'm realizing that sometimes I never take the sun into account. I did a ride the other day. I rode I thought I would have 3 different things to post, because the ride that I did included 3 different trails. And so the thing is, I did not take the sun into account. I didn't take my shadow into account. the first two ones that I was really excited about posting, I really didn't feel like I could post because my shadow was just in the way of the trail. Like, you can't see the trail ahead of you because you see my shadow. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't make any sense. There's a couple things. I didn't go back and look at all my other videos to see, like, how much of my shadow are in these damn videos. Like, one thing is when I do the helmet cam, if my shadow's in the way, it's not as big of a deal because you're seeing way further ahead on the trail with the helmet cam. The helmet cam, I use, I try to get 2 videos of every trail. One with the helmet cam to show, like, the landscape more so, and then the chesty that shows you the reality of the trail, or more so the reality. The speed actually looks more as to what the speed is. Like, when I use the helmet cam, there's something called GoPro effect, which basically makes things look a lot less gnarly than they are. It makes things just look less big, less fast, more tame than the reality of the situation. When I use the chesty, even just from the distance from here to here is huge for the GoPro, so that when you see it at that angle, you really get more of the real effect of what I'm going through when I'm on the trail. So that's why I use that. However, the shadows, when I'm using the chesty, are like, they're unacceptable to my current standard. And maybe I've always had the standard, but just didn't realize it because whenever I used the chesty in the past, maybe the shadows just weren't there, or something just clicked recently anyway when I was editing this video, and I was like, I can't even show this. Like, it's not showable. Like, I can't use this footage at all because the shadow was just in the way of the trail so darn much. Some trails might twist and turn, and my shadow might be there for a couple seconds and then gone. Like, the sun isn't going to be the reason I ride or not ride. I'll still ride. But if I want to make the most of my rides, which now includes me really trying to attack certain trails to get certain footage of things I haven't done before, or I want to do better or whatever, then making the most of a ride is me recording it and posting it. One, just to help other people. Well, the main reason now to put it on my YouTube, but also put it on Trail Forks and attach it to that specific trail so that there's a video there of that said trail that there might not be, so that people can be like, oh, what's this trail? I wonder what it's like. I have no idea. Oh, there's a video. Here we go. Let me check that out. Anyway, so that's something that I have to take into consideration now that I hadn't really done before, is like, if I'm going to go to that trail, it mostly goes in this direction. Where's the sun at that time of day? Oh, maybe I'll go to another trail that faces the opposite direction if I'm going to go in the morning, because the sun's back here in the morning, therefore my shadow will be over there. It's one more thing for me to think about that I wasn't thinking about before, and that's annoying, but also just, that's what it is. That's just the work that I have to do. Anyway, I'm all riled up now. That's it for the vlog. There's one raw ride up of a trail that I haven't posted about for like a year, and I did it in reverse, and some things have changed. So Sneck's Trail in reverse is up. Also, there's a conversation up about simplicity and wanting to simplify my life, and that whole thing, so that's there, and that's it. It's been a pretty, in some ways, slow week. In other ways, it's been way too dramatic of a week and too exciting of a week in negative ways. So in some ways, I hope things kind of calm down. In other ways, I hope that things, get more positively exciting. Simplifying things can be exciting too, which if you watch that conversation or listen to it on the podcast, you understand what I'm talking about. With that, I will see you on another time.